Alonso is done with Alpine. Car 14 is just pure bad luck for him, and the latest race has proved it. Do you want to know what happened and why he is so mad? Well, watch the video until the end. Hello and welcome back to F1 Unlimited. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also turn on the bell icon to receive notifications about upcoming videos. Now, let's get into it. Alpine stated in the Open that as of the 2022 season comes to a close, they now have odds of finishing 4th in the Constructors Championships. The A522 is now believed by sporting director Alan to be faster than the McLaren MCL-36. For the majority of the campaign, Alpine and McLaren have been engaged in competitive races for P4, trading positions whilst having varying degrees of performance from circuit to circuit. Alpine had an 11-point advantage, which they really ought to have widened. Norris and Ricciardo of McLaren qualified 8th and 11th for the race respectively, with the Alpine separating them to 9th and 10th. Before his engine failed, Fernando Alonso was also able to move up from 10th to a comfortable 7th place. When switching from a V6 to a V5 in the last stage, falling to the 9th. 8 circuits from the finish line of the race, he then utterly failed. What was Fernando Alonso's response to his most recent engine failure? Quote, "Car 14 stopped for car 14. There are always reliability issues." End quote. That's just one quote from several interviews, but that pretty much covers everything up. It was one of the most negatively impacted by the terrible engine Ferrari developed this year. Since the summer break, he had experienced 3 engine-related failures in 7 races. In case we all underestimated the effect Fernando was feeling from Alpine's reliability troubles. Maintaining focus, Fernando added, quote, "I think I lost 60 points this year, so we had another 6, so it's about 66. And obviously everybody has benefits, so everyone gets 2 more points than they should." End quote. He would have been in a very, very comfortable 7th position with 66 points, driving championship. Despite missing the final 2 races of the Constructors' Championship, Alpine easily took 4th place. He adds further, quote, "It is just amazing that only 1 or 2 cars retire in each race, and it is always car 14. I've blown 5 engines this year. Plus, the problem in Australia is qualifying. And in Austria, I didn't even start the race because it was a blackout." End quote. The problem in Australia was a hydraulic problem that caused him to crash at the bottom of qualifying, during what would have been 1 lap from pole position. The race in Australia, where Verstappen and Sainz retired, will be one that hurt him the most. Fernando was fast enough to finish on the podium, if not take the race. Quote, "I think in 19 races, or so in 50% of races, we didn't get the points we deserved. We can't do anything now." End quote. Despite Alpine's terrible reliability record in 2022, the team is not surprised by this Grand Prix because it was purposely chose to be aggressive with its engine. As he frequently has been reported, Alpine completely reworked its engine for 2022. Alpine purposefully chose to concentrate on performance before working on reliability because changes could be made to the engine homologation if problems arose. This is something that has previously occurred to Alpine, or I guess Renault. Even when the car's manufacturer changed between 2010 and 2013, they are still the engine manufacturer. Red Bull won 4 drivers and constructors' titles with a Renault engine. Then, in 2014, V6 turbo hybrid engines became the new standard. Furthermore, the Renault engine was terrible because it constantly broke down like the current one. It was so poor that Sebastian Vettel, who had previously won 4 drivers' championships, had abandoned the team this time. This time, Fernando Alonso is departing from a Renault power unit that has struggled with dependability all season. His car has reliability concerns and negative effects. He claimed that since testing Honda's first turbocharged V6 engine at McLaren in 2015, he had yet to encounter a lack of dependability quite like this. Because of the numerous adjustments to the engine parts and the power plant's infamous failure rate, he received severe grid placement penalties. Quote, "In Honda's first year, we had a 72-place grid penalty at the end of the year, something like that, but what happened at Honda is that both cars stopped this year. Only car 14 had stopped. He disagrees with that." End quote. He seems to have experienced his own problems, such as a water pressure problem that had been resolved at the point of the race. However, he has only experienced 2 retirements this year. Alonso's assertion that Alpine is ruining his season is undoubtedly false. This season, he has also been the best driver. He would be in command in the Drivers' Championship if it weren't for his retirement. Alpine keeps saying that Alonso's reliability troubles are just a result of bad luck. Quote, "This was an engine issue, and we don't have the same people preparing Esteban engine or a Fernando engine. They will mix around," end quote. And now you know, and being honest, I understand his point too. He isn't wrong at all. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel here at F1 Unlimited. Hit the bell icon to get notifications of all of our upcoming videos, and we will see you in the next video.